Hey guys, welcome back to another Jurassic live video, and finally we got season 5 of the Hybrid Design Contest, which I did delay for a week just because, you know, the update was out and then school just started for me, so this is kind of a week of madness last week. So anyway, so this is basically like almost 2 weeks worth of entries here. So by the way, if you guys don't know, it's a you know, just contest designing some hybrids for the game. And if you want to enter as well, you can join the Discord, and then there's a channel where you could submit your art and then your dino's skills and all that stats. So yeah, you go ahead and do that if you want to, if you're interested in entering. So anyways, let's go through them. So this week, actually, well, not week, it's 2 weeks. This season, we actually do have a three-way tie at the number 3 to 5. So number 3 to 5, they're all tied in terms of votes. So let's go over them. So the first one we have is Kailua Titanus by Caesar. So here's the art over here. It is, before we actually get too much into the art, it's Kailua plus Quetzal. So here you go, you got the art, and then the dino actually eating a smaller ornithopod, poor thing. So anyways, let's go into the stats and stuff. So I don't know why you put level 22 stats here. That makes no sense. Just, you know, for, you know, future reference, always use level 26 stats. That's the standard level folks use for calculation, right, in this game. So that's what Ludia uses. That's what, you know, the community usually uses. Just use level 26 stats. Level 22 stats don't make too much sense to most folks. So 3.7k at level 22, I would assume at level 26 it's like around 4,000, and then 950 at 26 would be under like 1.1k or something. I don't know, that's just a rough estimate. But you know, these are 22 stats. And then 122 speed, 40% armor. And then moveset, you got greater rending impact, whatever that is. What's a greater rending impact? You gotta you know, tell us what these new moves are. Instant long invincibility, which I guess is just long invincibility has priority. I don't know why you would want to do that, but also have gashing wound and long defense. Wait, why would you have long invincibility and long defense while having, I mean, okay-ish damage? That's weird, I don't know. But anyways, again, it's really hard for me to evaluate because it's level 22. And yeah, it also has a swap-in short defense, which is just swap-in defense. No need to add the short. Description, this super hybrid is extremely lethal. It can use its sharp beak to pierce thick hide on larger prey. For smaller prey, the super hybrid swallows it whole. Ouch. Though it is shown to pick up prey and toy with its food, the cause of this is still unknown. So overall, I guess the strategy for this dino isn't too difficult to understand. Just start out with a gashing wound, and then have your long invincibility out, and then when that's out, have short defense out, and then in between turns, use that great rending impact or whatever, or use another gashing wound, really depends. So there's that, I guess. 122 speed, that's decent. Armor 40% plus another shield. This thing won't be taking too much damage. Thankfully, the HP isn't too crazy for a tank, it seems. Although I'm not 100% sure what the HP is. I would guess around 4,000, right? But yeah, overall, it's really clear on what it wants to do. You know, bleed and then put up a shield and then wait for your opponent to die while using greater rending impact. Is greater rending impact the basic move? That's a basic attack? Man? That's weird. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Great art, by the way, great art. Moving on, we got also tied for number 3, Treecko by Hannick Evans. So it's just basically this you know, one graphic over here. Description, oh, so it's an Allo Gen 2 plus Triceratops, already putting in the Allo Gen 2 from Battle of Big Rock. Well, it's not a Gen 2 in the movie, they just call it a Gen 2 in the game, but it's just a regular Allo in the movie. Description: the implementation of Dialogen to DNA gave this herbivorous hybrid devastating abilities when up against this fearsome super hybrid enemies. Cower in fear, no surprise, it means King of Dragons. Okay, interesting name. Naming convention, so it's a unique, obviously. And stats 3.9k HP, 1.5k damage, 110 speed, no armor, and 15% crit. Alright, let's go over its moves. Minimal speed up strike, still has that. Acute stun, armor piercing rampage, my dude. Armor piercing rampage, and then adrenaline pulse. Also has a swap in rending takedown, for those of you who can't, see it is written sideways, I guess, just to conserve space on the paper. So it's just a swap in rending takedown, 50% of your opponent's HP gone. And like unlike regular rending takedown, it can't be distracted either, so it's just gonna straight up take out half your HP. So when we're talking about overpowered hybrids, this would be an example. This would be a prime example of an overpowered hybrid. Because like you're swapping in, taking out like half your opponent's HP, and then you have another armor piercing rampage in your toolkit, which unless you're facing an immune dino, you 100%, or something that could one-shot you, which I don't think there is in the game at the moment. Is there anything that can one-shot this thing? I don't really. Maybe Pastasuchus, maybe. But yeah, if it's not immune, acute stun, armor piercing rampage, 3,000 damage before you go, right? Or minimal speed up strike and then armor piercing rampage, or acute stun and then minimal speed up strike and then armor piercing rampage, right? So you're taking out an opponent's dino, half of its HP, and then dealing 3,000, at least 3,000 armor piercing damage as well, with 110 speed and a 15% chance to crit. Yeah, this is very powerful. This would be in the overpowered category, as all Dracoceratops hybrids are. Like, I haven't seen a single Dracoceratops hybrid that isn't balanced yet. Okay, moving on. Also tied for number 3. We have a lot of assets here. This is Dilophosaurus by DeathRaptor 6080. So the stats for this, let's just the components first. Carnotaurus plus Dilophosaurus, speed 120, crit chance 5%, health 3.9k, no armor, and then 1,050 damage. So overall, this is the stats wise, it's quite balanced. It makes sense considering the components, right? Let's go check out. Let's check out its art first. So this is, I guess, they made a really great profile pic for this as well. So, kudos to them for that. And also one for when you haven't unlocked it yet, which you don't see too often. And also some other sketches of the dino. Wow. If you actually see from the side, oh dude, this looks like a cobra thing. Like, I mean, it's the Dilophosaurus for real, but it looks more like a cobra than a Dilophosaurus. Even though Dilophosaurus never really had them in real life, it's just the movie. But it worked out really nicely for the movie. The movie made a lot of money, and people like it. So, anyways, let's get into the moves. It has Cleansing Strike, Tracking Impact, Nullifying Impact, Short Defense, and Greater Rend Encounter. So Greater Rend Encounter makes up for its terrible base damage. So it actually does a lot of damage despite its low base. It also has 2 impacts, which helps with that as well. And then Short Defense, that carries from the Carno, right? And then you'll have Null Impact and Tracking Impact from Dilo, and then Cleansing from Carno as well. So overall, a really interesting dino in terms of its kit, right? Obviously has some obvious counters, but almost all dinos have counters. I said almost all because the pre-nerf Smile enemies didn't have any counters. But that's fine. Cleansing Strike, it would be very useful in getting rid of any slows, right? With its 120 speed, it is in that really weird speed area where it's like beneath the 126, but still like faster than 118, right? So you got that going for it. 2 impacts, decent damage with a Greater Rend Encounter, which has 33% of your opponent's HP. So you could Distracting Impact, put up a shield, and just wait for... And your opponent should probably be dead, actually, to be honest. If not, there's one more turn for the Greater Rend Encounter to take that out. And if you ever get distracted, so your Greater Rend Encounter doesn't do as much damage, you always could Cleansing Strike, get rid of the distraction, so you will always kill your opponent in 3 turns, basically. So there's that. Dilophosaurus. So moving on to the first tiebreaker, number 2 this season, we got Carcharodorus by Jurassic Geek 302. It is a aquatic creature, so they also made a aquatic explanation sheet. Too much stuff here, you guys. I'll just put it on the screen. You guys could pause the video and then just read about it. It's just, I think there are ideas about implementing aquatic creatures in the game, right? Which, you know, it's fine. Well, you need some kind of implementation if you do want any aquatic creatures in the game, right? So anyways, let's go over the actual the hybrid here. So this is a Mosasaur plus Megalodon, right? So the stats are 4.6k HP, 1.5k damage, 105 speed, 30% crit, and no armor. Moves are Vulnerability Strike, DSR, Lockdown Impact, and then Gashing Wound. So this is a very interesting set. So it's kind of like a hybrid of what the old Crocs were, like, or to an extent, some Crocs still have this kind of tendency, right? Just to lock down a dino and then bleed them to death, or bleed them first and then lock them. Well, it really depends on how your opponent wants to play. And then also have vulnerability, right? This is just basically all the old Croc tropes onto this one hybrid. And then you got a Defense Shatter Rampage with 1.5k base damage, which is a lot of damage. But it is balanced because it has pretty crappy speed at 105, which actually isn't that terrible for the lower speed. But again, you're under 106, which that's, you know, Indom speed, right? So you are under 106. But it's not built to kill Indoms, right, and stuff like that. So it does have a very interesting kit. It has that, you know, again, that old Croc thing. Although it does kind of suffer from its moveset just because it has Gashing Wound. That Gashing Wound kind of screws this hybrid over a bit just because it has 1.5k damage and then you're just having a DOT move. Which, again, it's not bad, but it would obviously, you know, would have been better if it had another multiplier or something. But then again, if it had like another multiplier, it might be a bit too powerful, right? So, and it has Vulnerability Strike as well. So, overall, great design, great art here. And let's read the description. Well, the words are a bit small. Let me try. Though this aquatic hybrid resembles its shark something roots, I think, it is in fact a reptile. Carcharodorus was a powerful predator, being slightly slimmer than its components, but acquiring a variety of attacks to help strategize against its enemies. And also, I forgot to read the creature description for Dilophosaurus, so let's go over that as well. Description: the Dilophosaurus is well known for its venom spitting and a serpentine reputation, but Carnotaurus has its own snake-like attributes, including the ability to swallow large meat chunks whole. The combined serpentine components resulted in a very terrifying creature. The Dilophosaurus lost its well-known frill, but has it replaced with a cobra-like hood. Oh, well, that would explain my observations there. And kept the venom spitting with its long, fixed fangs. Okay, well, that makes sense then. Well, I should have read that creature description before. I looked into the art then. Well, that makes sense. Alright, moving on to the winner this week is Coolarex by Roar, and the art is by Jurassic Geek 302, who also got number 2 over here with Carcharodorus. So, congrats to Jurassic Geek. Got 2 entries up here, eh? And then Roar made the concept for this. Okay, so Coolarex, here we go. It's Coolosuchus plus Rex. I got Nullifying Strike, Distracting Strike, Decel Impact, Defense Shattering Rampage, and then stats are 4.4k HP, 1.1k damage, 117 speed, no armor, and then 30% crit. Creature description, oh my goodness, what is that word? What? This amphibian lacks in damage. It makes up for with its speed and aggression. It was also very something, having an average, I think that's robust, having a having an average health pool. So, really low base damage, not that great health, 117 speed's not bad, 30% crit, that's great. So what it's basically going for is its moveset. It has a really great moveset. T-cell impact, so the speed doesn't matter as much. Striking strike, so the health doesn't matter as much. And then defense, shatter, rampage, which is just a big, you know. DSR is DSR, everyone knows what DSR is for, with a 30% crit, which helps as well. And then you got nullifying strike from the Kailua parent. So anyways, that's the art for Kailua Rex. And then again, congrats to everyone who made the list up here. And yeah, thank you guys for participating, and everyone else who even though didn't make the list also did participate as well, had entries. Y'all did mostly great. And yeah, that's me for this one, season 5 here. And again, sorry for delaying it for a week. Just too crazy IRL stuff. So again, that's me for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my new channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.